Hello, this is Decoherent, and welcome back to Torment Tides of Numenera. So, I spent some time thinking about what it is I want to do around here. So, when you meet at something that's holding up a portal, and a thing nearby says, oh yeah, I went through that portal and became an insane monstrosity, I don't immediately think, ooh, let's go poke at that. I think, not so much. So we're going to go ahead and not do that at the moment. So, I was thinking about this cloak too. Although it'd be sad to lose the intellect edge, you know, that would only affect 2 rolls given that I'm gaining +2. That +1 damage is awesome, given that esoteries are my primary damage. Since I can swap items in battle, I assume that I could just do that. And that would take place of my perception one. Okay. Interesting. Alright, well let's go stick our head in some tears in space, because nothing bad ever came of that either.
Right.
And no, I am not walking into the mystery black one. We'll just always have to wonder.
Fine.
Alright. Walk into the darkness. You step into the darkness, and it envelops you, then dissolves you into a twinkling motes, drifting in a spear of light. The light carries you through a black void, weightless, bodiless, selfless, toward another patch of starry sky, and then you are somewhere else. Poof! Oh, thank God. Alright, what do I have going on up here? Looks like someone meant to add to this platform once. The project has since been abandoned. What is this? A large upside-down pyramid floats before you, lit from below by a soft white light. It is made of weathered stone, but you can see lights and hear a faint buzzing through the cracks in its crumbling facade. You study it from every side. There's no inscription to explain why it was erected or by whom, nor is there any obvious way to interact with it. You do notice that the light seeping from the crack seems to follow your hand as you slide it across, so perhaps it is reacting to you after all. Let's try to figure out how it works. You slide your hands across the pyramid, following not the cracks, but the symbols and etchings on its surface. After a great deal of experimentation, and not a small amount of luck, you discover a specific pattern which causes the light to grow in intensity. As it does so, a soft warmth envelops you, refreshing your body and mind. As you feel better, however, the pyramid seems to grow more dim. You stop, not wanting to waste the pyramid's obvious healing powers just yet. It should be saved for a time when you really need it. Huh. Neat. What are we looting over here?
Now.
Oh, okay. Let's... Do we want to glance around here quick first? Or do we want to chat with new person that's right here? Let's chat with new person. Hey, Persia. Persia. That's what we're going to go with. You recognize this woman from the Oh, it's you! Persia! She certainly doesn't appear as confused as Omadon made her sound. Instead, she's studying the necropolis with a frustrated expression. Persia, isn't it? A man named Omadon was looking for you. I sent him in the wrong direction. You what? She whirls around. Her eyes are pale, wide circles. She studies your face, smiles a little, and relaxes. Good. I hope the wrong direction was an Ember Scion vent. Okay, note to self, if I find an Ember Scion vent, don't go in it. She turns back to the necropolis. Damn cultists, she mutters. I need to get back inside, but I can't risk... She catches your eye. Never mind. This is none of your concern. You've done more than enough. This is something I need to handle myself. Okay. Bruna. This androgynous woman projects an air of fearsome will. Her muscles are thin and wiry, and her body screams of sharp edges. She seems like a human stiletto. Her head is shaved, and she bears the tattoo of a cast-off on her scalp. Never seen you before, she says. I'm Barakiel. Barakiel? Is that what we're going to go with? Baresiel? Let's go with Baresiel Bruna. She starts scanning the cliffside. How long have you been awake since he moved out? Of your body, I mean. Not that long. She nods. Figured you were new. Been spending time at the endless battle, so hadn't heard of your body. Suppose one of us should welcome you to our social club. She inclines her head slightly. Anyway, Was on my way to Malavest with a message for Paj Raken. Ah, awesome. So you're still around. But the portals are blocked. The cowards heard someone say that the Sorrow's hunting again, so they locked the doors behind themselves. Paj will get her message later. I need to return to the endless battle. So, Paj Raken, we met her in memories. She flashes a quick look of surprise. Oh, right. You're new. Paj is commander of the 1st Militia. Took up the mantle, keeping our cursed sires forward. Forces contain. Smart woman. Tough. Why are you fighting the changing god? She sighs. He's going to kill us all if he gets the chance. He wants to erase us. Thinks that's the way to stop the sorrow. We're not his children to him. More like broken clones, byproducts. He'd never sacrifice himself, but that's because he's the only real person in his world. I'd kind of wondered about that. That the resonance chamber might collapse them all. Maybe the sorrow hunts us because we're multiples. Maybe this, like, the sorrow is a byproduct of jumping from body to body. So the idea is you collapse it all back into one person and then the sorrow would, disappear in the process. So I thought the first was dead. Oh, she is. Paj kept the name and the first's honor. She doesn't care for the glory. Besides, our creator's cart. Fighting him's the best bet. Using the first name reminds everyone while we fight. Oh, okay, so it's not that one. I could deliver that message. Endless battle intelligence. Not for you. Okay. Fair enough. So tell me about this endless battle. If it's endless, why keep fighting? She shrugs. Makes us stronger, faster, deadlier, more of what we are. Strips away the dross of life and makes experience shine. Peacetime life is dull and worthless. Like watching life go past through a veil. War clarifies life, makes us better. Endless is a good thing if you keep that in mind. Okay. How are you going back to the Endless Battle, sorry. I was looking to the pass of Colm Village, but it collapsed. Doesn't seem to be any way over these mountains either. No matter, I'll find a different way. She glances at you sidelong and sneers. Sooner rather than later, I think. So what can you tell me about Malavest? She stares at you flatly for a moment. You feel a tickling at the back of your mind, and she shrugs. See for yourself if you can get in. They've locked themselves away. Think they're going to find answers while they're tucked away from the world. She shrugs. Place has its uses, true, but it's mostly a bolt hole from the world. Death comes for us all. Malavest is just a place to prolong the waiting. So, what's cowardly about keeping the sorrow out of Malavest? Hasn't found them there for hundreds of years, but now they say it's time to close the doors like it's going to traipse in. Been telling them that if the sorrow tries hard enough, it'll get in. Can't stop that kind of power. Alright, see you around. No, you won't. I've been looking for a way over these twice-damn mountains. Gonna find a different way out of this valley. Been real good talking to you, though. Alright. See ya. Well, you're fun.
Of course.
Can't help but notice that a lot of me are jerks. Yeah, crisp, pungent water issues from an inhuman head. There's nothing further up the slope to indicate where the water is coming from. Is that the source of all of it? It looks like it might be.
Of course we can help. Right, Al?
Sure. These packs are lived out of, but appear ready to leave at a moment's notice. They smell slightly of herbs and ozone. A recent landslide has closed off what was once a pass out of the valley. Okay, Solana, Luca, and Donovan. Solana. You see a slender woman covered in worn brown robes leaning over the fire, the cowl pulled low over her head. Her skin is a dark bronze color. Here to interrogate me? She pulls back her cowl enough for you to see that her long hair is more silver than brown, and the years of life on the road are apparent in her face. She looks weary and exhausted except for her eyes, which burn like golden fire. I'm Solana McQuirth. Who do you think you... Her eyes alight on your tattoo, and she hisses, Skist. You bastards are all over the place here, huh? Look, I can't tell you anything, alright? We're done with the fighting. What are you talking about? She looks confused for a moment. Well, you're a cast-off, so you're either here to drag us back or kill us. She turns back to her side and pauses, as if listening to words that you cannot hear. Then she responds, "No, I suppose you're right. Still, he's a cast-off." "Who are you talking to?" "Oh, my men. Zad reminded me that not all cast-offs are endless battle, but Tempo wants me to be careful with you." She holds up a finger. "People have said they're not here because they can't see them, but they can see you, so let's not have that conversation. So, are you here to kill us? Tell on us?" "I don't have anything to do with the endless battle, but would you answer some questions for me?" She lets out a breath, a low whistle. "All right, good, sure, we'll answer anything we can." "So, who are you?" "Me, Donovan, Luca, Tempo, Zad, and the rest. They're my crew, my men. We're just trying to find a way home from the endless battle. We came through Colne, but," she waves a hand at the pile of rubble, "not exactly a forgiving route. Just trying to figure out where we go next." Her sleeve slips with her gesture. You can see that her skin does not simply look metallic. It is metal. She catches you looking and tugs her sleeve back down, annoyed. "A price of the fallen battle. One of the reasons I left. I used to think I'd earn glory there. Thought my nano skills would propel me high." She scoffs. "Only room in that exalted air is for cast-offs. The rest of us bleed while you lot laugh. That's why we got out." "So what are you doing here?" "Camping. Okay, seems legit. Trying to figure out our next steps. Came through Colne, with reluctance, and decided it wasn't the best place to plan. Thought we'd get a clearer perspective down here." "So you didn't like Colne and decided you'd hang out in the necropolis?" "Okay. Alright." She frowns. "Instead, there's some kind of cult war going on. We've got to leave sooner rather than later." She nods her head, as if receiving compliments from an unseen audience. "So it looks like you've been resting here a while. Is it safe?" She chews the question over a while, and then shrugs. "Safe for us," she says. "For you?" She eyes her companions, and they give a slight nod. "We could make it safe for you. It'll cost, though, 100 shins." "Nah." "Okay."
On it.
Huh. Okay, so...
Naturally.
Okay, so I don't have a ton of options here. What we do have...
6 times better than I was seconds ago.
So we've got the purple portal. I'm not going in the red one. That's just stupid. I don't want to stick my whole head in that portal. Let's run in the turquoise one. Let's see here. We walk into the darkness. Poof. That's really pretty, by the way.
Why not?
Indeed. Wonder if I've ever been one of these things. Forearms kind of look like the elders. Well, not really.
Fine.
Tear in space, because why not? There is a tear in space here, like the patch of darkness near the entrance to the valley. A patch of white light hangs in the air, like glare bouncing off of a window, except there is no window. Within the light you see a play of shadows, like those on a wall opposite a door when someone walks past outside, except, well, there is no wall. But there might be a door. There's certainly a breeze coming from inside the shimmer, and echoes of sounds you are not hearing around you. If you stepped through, you might go anywhere, or maybe nowhere. It could just be a trick of the light. Let's look at this a little more closely. The patch of light seems to follow you as you walk around it, always facing you. It doesn't look like much, just a trick of the light, but you get the strangest feeling that it's watching you. The way it moves and pulses, it feels alive. Alright. Gonna regret this. You step into the glare, and it envelops you, blinding you, then dissolves you into twinkling motes, drifting in a spear of light. The light carries you through cold darkness, weightless, bodiless, selfless, towards another patch of glare. Then suddenly, you are somewhere else. Good, so just your average boring little teleporter. Good.
Yes. Now.
I was worried it might be something unusual. Oh, 6 points of it. Nice.
Yes.
This place has seen better days. You touch things, or... Yeah, let's poke at things.
Yes. Now.
This small alcove is about the size of a small hovel. Its sole virtue is that it is a shelter from the wind and the sightlines of casual passers-by. The runes carved above its entrance fill you with a wordless message of catastrophic danger. The dust inside the alcove is undisturbed aside from a set of footprints that circles the interior. Their owner appears to have curled up in a corner, under a ledge containing a small ebony box. The dust on that ledge has also been disturbed. Someone removed something long and thin, like a blade, from this place. In its place is a crudely carved herder's crook. Okay. Someone slept here, didn't they? They wanted to hide, but they didn't know how to hide. She puts her hand in her pocket nervously. I hope they found someplace better to go. This doesn't seem like a place to stay. It feels like hunger. She hugs herself. Let's go. I don't like this place. Eridus cradles his forehead in his hands. He mouths the word no, swallows, shaking his head. He seems smaller than you recall. I don't like this place. His voice is a whisper. His hands fall to his eyes, and he touches them as if they're in pain. Are we leaving? I want to leave. What's wrong, Eridus? Nothing. He swallows hard. I don't want to say. Not here. Please, I'm begging you. Let's go. Okay, let's go. No one seems comfortable with this place. Let's step out. We can always come back and make poor life decisions. Hey friend, come over here. Alright. Tantalum. An old, battered-looking swordsman in dull gray armor stands here, whistling tunelessly, his hands hover near the hilt of his well-used sword. Scars wreath his face, and when you took for a helmet reveals itself to be a dome of metal grafted to him. He smiles as you approach. Howdy, stranger. I'm Tantalum. Like the element, huh? You know Tantalum? It's a metal. Sticks to flesh. It does not. He raps his knuckles on the dome. Kyrgen said they had to cut a chunk of my brain out, too. So, lost my name and my history, and, well, I took the name of the stuff that saved me. Anyway, I need to remember myself. It's said the necropolis can give anyone what they seek. Knowledge, riches, fame, if you search hard enough. And I searched, and I found. Now I'm here to help others find their answers. You look like you're searching for answers, too. There are hundreds, thousands of tombs in the necropolis. Legend says that if you read them all, learn from them, then you'll find the answers you seek. He gives you a warm smile. I promise it'll be worth your time. Okay, I'll check it out. Fantastic, he smirks a little. And if you find anything you want to trade, let me know. So, what is this tantalum metal, anyway? Oh, it's one of the only metals that adheres to living flesh. Rare people like me, maybe only me, can turn the property on and off with the power of thought. That's why I've got this built-in helmet now, and it lets me control my blades. Oh, jeez. My sword, for instance. He slaps the hilt, and he sees he wears no belt to anchor his blade. His knives are likewise anchored directly to his flesh. If I want the sword, I need but think on it, and it's in my hands. Likewise from the knives. And then, and this is the part I like, when I've buried him in an enemy, the blades are stuck there till I say it's time for him to go. Alright. Good thing this metal is bonded to respond only to me. If someone else could control it, well, I don't know what I'd do. He clamps his hands over the dome protecting his brain. Honestly, I'd be running away holding this on. Can always find more swords, but I've only got one brain. Well, at least as far as I can tell. His smile is a little harder. Some folks have tried to take this stuff from me to make it work for themselves. That didn't go well for him. Based on the bodies, I'm guessing the cultists don't bother you much. He nudges one of the corpses with his foot. They've tried a couple times. Once they even came to my tent at night and tried to cut my throat with my own blades. Idiots. My knives are made of tantalum and stick to my flesh, and the cultists awoke me. If they'd used the tools they brought, like normal murderers, instead of being impressed by mine, I'd be dead now. As you can see, I'm not, and the situation's markedly, different for them too. So, why are you just standing around? Oh, waiting for any passers-by that are seeking truth like I was. I found my answer. I consider it my duty to help others find theirs. So what do you have to trade? Heals 6 points of damage. This barrel fits in the palm of your hand and is made of a wood stronger than steel and clear as crystal. A dark liquid sloshes around inside, and the smell of it makes your eyes water. Consuming the liquids in will have a powerful, if uneven, effect on the imbiber's mind and spirit. Huh. Alright. Avitral leather jerkin. See, why do these all say only usable by the last cast off? Oh, yeah, see, look, everything does. That's really weird. Like, yeah, why can I not get stuff for them? Did I just buy it? Sure did. I'm going to waste so much money hitting that button. Anyway, micromesh, made of finely woven metal, fitted together with extraordinary precision and shaped into a suit that protects the wearer's entire body. The insignificant weight of this armor, as well as the flexibility of the synthetic material, means that it barely inhibits movement. It's highly prized by nanos and jacks. I can't believe all the times I've clicked these expecting them to be okay or cancel. Okay, armor and resistance, except with might. We've already got a Varad, we've got a Buzzer, we've got a Sting Charge. Slug Spitter, medium ranged weapon, but as far as I remember, we're only giving her lightweight. Light melee weapon. Really? This carved gray crystal serves as a rough-hewn dagger. The crystal edge looks blunt and harmless, but it sharpens as you grasp it, and sharpens more the longer you focus on the blade. As you do so, you hear a soft whispering sound coming from right behind your head, but when you turn around, there is no one behind you. Huh. That's interesting. -1 int, that's not helpful. This form-fitting biological armor is very light and hardly restricts the wearer's movement at all. The modeled carapace appears different at each viewing, varying in color, pattern, and even texture when touched. Occasionally, its appearance seems to shift subtly in a disconcerting manner. The sense of unease grows if the armor is observed for long stretches of times. When worn, the armor emits a dissonant hum at the edge of human hero. It vanishes if the wearer focuses on it, but it returns when their attention wanders. Plus 20 evasion. Ooh, applies hobble, that's kind of neat. Battle axe is medium. Great axe is heavy. Oh, wow. Okay, 14 and plus 2. No, his is quite a bit better. Heavy armor. See, once again, it says only usable at the last cast off. I don't know if that's a bug or not. Thunder Cannon, neat. Limnic Rejuvenator, oh wow. The metal cone is topped with a synth plunger. Pulling it free releases a cloud of curative gas scented with cinnamon and fermented fruit. Huh, that's pretty cool. Bogio. 18 chemical damage. The spiny creature likely swam in the darkest depths of an unknown sea. It bulges with venomous fluid that splatters when thrown. Yeah, that's awesome. Quick Ice Axe. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong side. Rapier, cannon. Okay. Well, am I going to wear this? I guess I might as well. 2 and 3 as opposed to 1 and 2, so... Okay. Yeah, sure. In fact, there's no reason for me to keep the other one. So I'll just sell it. Alright. There's a door. Where does that go? The Necropolis. Uh-huh. Well, let's keep poking around.
All right.
Hodden. This dusty ball is whiter than anything you've ever seen. At the merest touch, it swirls with a myriad of colors that shifts to different hues as you move your fingers. Neat.
Ready.
A huge crystal floats in front of you, seemingly unaffected by the wind that washes through the valley. Within, red and blue patterns lazily circle and twist. The crystal hums softly, almost invitingly. It has been infused with tidal energy. Its colors are emblematic, and you can feel the tendrils of force that coil from it, stretching towards some distant, unknown destination. Okay, well, let's look at this a little more carefully. The crystal swirls madly, and your mind is pulled back into memory, but not your own. This is a stranger's life. A life of torment. A lifelong torment. From his first conscious moment, he has been surrounded by monsters, a sacrifice to the unseen. A hair's thickness from consensus reality, horrors crawl and gibber, and he must howl with them or be devoured. When at last he can open a door to the world of sanity, to escape this endless pain, he does, and he steps through into an abattoir. Robed and hooded cultists devour the dead, and they revere him for the journey he's undertaken. In their adulation, they strive to follow his path, wallowing in their own shaven agony, an endless burlesque of horror they hope will end in transcendence. He flees from them, from a darker menace inside them, but they follow inescapably, his children. Well, that's not creepy. No matter where he hides, they linger on the other side of the door, awaiting a new revelation, making bloody offerings of themselves. Then, one brings a different sort of offering, a dripping charnel sack that spills out a girl. Chayo, the man calls her, still alive, just long enough to look at him with pleading eyes before she's gutted. For you, the man says. He flees into a hellscape, into madness, but they follow him everywhere, grinning, blooding, adoring.
I'll
Children.
remember that.
Then the crystal swirls before you again, and the memory fades, but something clings behind like a rancid grease. The horror of what was done to the girl hangs on you, your memory now, as much as it is the man's, and his own suffering lingers too. The cultists who beset him seem little different from those who now haunt and harrow the valley. Perhaps by unraveling this crystal's tangled scheme, you will learn some of their secrets. Sure, let's poke it again. Okay. The name Choi rings loudly. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so... what are the things I said we weren't going to do? We weren't going to poke at the scary place. We aren't going to stick our head in the portal. We walked through the white portal and everything good happened. We're not sticking our head in the black portal. I feel like I'm not any fun today. Okay, well, we're going to go to the necropolis, but since that's going to start a new zone, I'm going to go ahead and make a cut here. So, anyway, hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.